The death of Meighan Cordie in August 2018 is a tragic and complex story that encompasses elements of family discord, legal battles, and unanswered questions. The 27-year-old's mysterious death after falling from a moving vehicle driven by her intoxicated mother has left a lasting impact on her family and community. This video delves into the details of the incident, the subsequent investigations, and the legal ramifications that followed. But first, subscribe to our channel for more content, and don't forget to share it with your friends and family. Meighan Cordie was a young mother and licensed esthetician living in Salem, Oregon. She was known for her close bond with her 3-year-old daughter, Gia, and her active presence on social media, where she often shared moments of their life together. Meighan's parents, Tony Cordie and Jennifer Weathers, later known as Jennifer Yeager, had divorced in 2005, and Meighan had a reportedly difficult relationship with her mother. The argument between Meighan Cordie and her mother, Jennifer Weathers, began the day before a wedding they were attending at Heiser Farms in Yamhill County, Oregon. The disagreement centered around who would drive to the reception. Meighan wanted to drink and enjoy the event, while Jennifer insisted on driving, anticipating that Gia, Meighan's young daughter, might get fussy and they would need to leave early. This initial disagreement set the stage for the tension that would escalate during the event. At the wedding, both Meighan and Jennifer consumed alcohol, with witnesses noting that Jennifer became visibly intoxicated. Despite her condition, Jennifer decided to drive Meighan and Gia back to her home in King City. During the car ride, the argument between mother and daughter intensified. According to Jennifer's account, Meighan demanded to be let out of the car. Jennifer claimed she slowed the vehicle to about 5 miles per hour, and Meighan jumped out, disappearing into the night. On August 19, 2018, Jennifer Weathers made a call to the non-emergency police line to report her daughter, Meighan Cordie, missing. Jennifer explained to the dispatcher that she was kind of worried because she hadn't seen Meighan since the previous night. She recounted that they had attended a wedding in rural Yamhill County, and during their drive home, Meighan, who was upset, got out of the car. Jennifer mentioned that she had driven around for 2 hours that morning, checking hospitals and jails, but was unable to locate her daughter. She also noted that Meighan had left her phone and wallet in the car, further heightening her concern. Throughout the call, Jennifer's account of the events leading to Meighan's disappearance was marked by significant gaps and inconsistencies. She did not initially disclose the heated argument and physical altercation that had occurred between her and Meighan, which included Meighan pulling out a clump of Jennifer's hair. The report of Meighan's disappearance prompted a massive search effort involving approximately 300 volunteers, many of whom were connected to Meighan's father, a Clackamas County fire captain. Search teams scoured the farmland, woods, and river near the wedding venue, but there was no sign of Meighan. On August 23, 2018, joggers discovered Meighan's body down an embankment just off Highway 18 near Dayton, about 9 miles from where Jennifer had last seen her. The autopsy of Meighan Cordie, conducted by the Oregon State Medical Examiner's Office, revealed that she died from blunt force trauma. This trauma resulted into broken vertebrae and significant head injuries, which were consistent with a high-impact fall or ejection from a moving vehicle. The severity of these injuries indicated that Meighan had likely struck a guardrail or similar hard surface before falling down an embankment, where her body was later discovered by joggers. The autopsy findings were crucial in shifting the investigation from a missing person case to a more complex inquiry into the circumstances surrounding her death. Despite the clear cause of death, The autopsy did not provide definitive answers about how the trauma occurred. The Oregon Medical Examiner's Office stated that blunt force trauma could result from a wide variety of incidents, both accidental and intentional. This ambiguity left investigators with the challenging task of piecing together the events leading up to Meighan's death. The medical examiner ruled the death accidental, but the inconsistencies in Jennifer Weathers' accounts and the physical evidence found at the scene, such as the clump of Jennifer's hair in the car, suggested a more complicated scenario involving a possible altercation between mother and daughter. The investigation into Meighan Cordie's death began in earnest after her body was discovered on August 23, 2018, 5 days after she was reported missing. Initially, Jennifer Weathers, Meighan's mother, had claimed that Meighan jumped out of her car and walked away following an argument. However, as the investigation progressed, inconsistencies in Jennifer's account led detectives to suspect foul play. At a press conference on September 27th, Yamhill County District Attorney Brad Berry revealed that while Meighan's death was ruled an accident, Jennifer had not been truthful about the events of that night. During the investigation, detectives found a clump of Jennifer's hair in the front seat of her car, which contradicted her initial story that Meighan had exited the vehicle from the back seat. Jennifer later admitted that Meighan had pulled her hair during their argument. This physical evidence, along with Meighan's shoes and phone being left in the car, raised further questions about the true nature of the incident. Investigators speculated that Meighan might have opened the car door while Jennifer was accelerating onto the Highway 18 on-ramp, leading to her fatal injuries. Jennifer Weathers underwent a polygraph test as part of the investigation. The test results were inconclusive, and a post-test interview did not provide additional clarity.
So then she pulls my hair, I slam on the brakes, trying to get her to let go of my hair. She finally lets go of my hair, starts slowing the car down. She's like, I'm going to get out. And I'm like, you're not getting out. You're not getting out of the car.
Jennifer agreed to take another polygraph test, but later canceled the appointment and never rescheduled. Throughout the investigation, Jennifer's behavior and changing accounts added to the suspicions surrounding her involvement. Jennifer's police interview further highlighted the inconsistencies in her story. She described the argument with Meighan, admitting that it had turned physical when Meighan pulled her hair. Jennifer claimed she slowed the car down and that Meighan started opening the door, saying she would get out. Despite these admissions, Jennifer's actions after Meighan exited the vehicle, including not calling the police immediately, and her subsequent misleading statements to authorities, painted a picture of a night filled with poor judgment and tragic consequences. This interview, combined with the physical evidence, played a crucial role in shaping the investigation and the legal outcomes that followed. The inconsistencies in Jennifer's story raised suspicions and complicated the investigation. District Attorney Brad Berry highlighted these discrepancies at a press conference, noting that some aspects of Jennifer's account still did not make sense. For instance, Meighan's feet showed no signs of having walked 9 miles barefoot, which contradicted Jennifer's assertion that Meighan had walked away from the car near the wedding venue. The trial concerning the tragic death of Meighan Cordie primarily revolved around the DUI charges against her mother, Jennifer Weathers, rather than a direct homicide case. Jennifer Weathers faced legal scrutiny for driving under the influence on the night Meighan died. The prosecution's strategy hinged on witness testimonies and circumstantial evidence, as there were no direct sobriety tests conducted at the time of the incident. Wedding guests testified that Jennifer appeared visibly intoxicated, swaying and drinking multiple glasses of wine, which supported the DUI charge. Additionally, the prosecution highlighted Jennifer's lack of immediate reaction and misleading statements to authorities as further evidence of her impaired state and negligence. The defense, led by attorney Walter Todd, focused on accepting responsibility for the DUI charge while distancing Jennifer from the direct cause of Meighan's death. Todd argued that Jennifer's intoxication did not directly lead to the fatal incident, emphasizing that Meighan's decision to exit the vehicle was independent of her mother's actions. The defense also pointed out that Jennifer had completed an outpatient treatment program and was remorseful for her actions. Todd's strategy aimed to mitigate the severity of the penalties by portraying Jennifer as a first-time offender who had taken steps to address her issues with alcohol. Testimonies during the trial included accounts from wedding guests who observed Jennifer's intoxicated state and the subsequent argument between her and Meighan. These testimonies were crucial in establishing the context of the events leading up to Meighan's death. Additionally, investigators presented physical evidence, such as the clump of Jennifer's hair found in the car, which indicated a physical altercation between mother and daughter. The autopsy findings, which revealed blunt force trauma and broken vertebrae, suggested that Meighan had fallen or been ejected from the car at a higher speed than initially claimed by Jennifer. The verdict resulted in Jennifer Weathers pleading guilty to DUI and receiving a sentence of 5 days in jail, 3 years of probation, a $1,000 fine, and mandatory participation in alcohol treatment programs and a victim impact panel. The reckless endangerment charge was dismissed as part of the plea agreement. While the prosecution acknowledged that the evidence was insufficient to pursue homicide charges, they emphasized that Jennifer's actions and lack of honesty had contributed to the tragic outcome. The trial's resolution left many questions unanswered, but underscored the severe consequences of impaired judgment and the importance of accountability. The legal battles did not end with Jennifer's DUI conviction. In October 2019, Meighan's father, Tony Cordie, filed a $500,000 wrongful death lawsuit against Jennifer, accusing her of negligently causing Meighan's death by driving while intoxicated, failing to stop or slow her vehicle, and misleading authorities about the events of that night. Tony Cordie also filed a separate lawsuit seeking nearly $1 million from Heisa Farms Events LLC, the venue where the wedding took place. The lawsuit alleged that the venue had overserved alcohol to Jennifer, despite her visible intoxication, and that this negligence contributed to Meighan's death. The death of Meighan Cordie has had a profound impact on her family, particularly her young daughter, Gia. Following Meighan's death, Gia went to live with her father and paternal grandmother. According to court statements, Gia experienced nightmares and required counseling to cope with the trauma of losing her mother. Tony Cordie and other family members have expressed their grief and frustration over the tragic incident and the legal outcomes. They continue to seek justice and accountability for Meighan's untimely death. The death of Meighan Cordie is a heart-wrenching story that highlights the devastating consequences of impaired judgment and family conflict. While the legal system has provided some resolution through Jennifer Weathers' DUI conviction and the ongoing wrongful death lawsuits, many questions remain unanswered. The Cordie family's pursuit of justice serves as a poignant reminder of the importance of honesty, accountability, and the enduring impact of loss on those left behind.